Thank you for joining us again. Amid concerns about the economic turbulence and rising cost faced by ordinary citizens, President Tinubu assured the nation that immediate interventions were underway in collaboration with federal, state, and local government to alleviate the burden on businesses and vulnerable communities. In a nationally televised address on Monday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assured Nigerian workers that a long-awaited salary review is on the horizon, signaling his commitment to improving the welfare and living conditions of citizens amid tough economic times. The president's economic blueprint further highlighted support for the manufacturing sector, with the 75 billion earmarked to fund 75 enterprises. Also, President Tinubu announced a substantial investment of 125 billion to re-energize these critical sectors such as micro, small and medium enterprises as a conditional grant and credit facilities for nano businesses and startups, fostering financial inclusion and driving economic growth. The president in his broadcast also touched on effort to ensure food security and affordability in the agricultural value chain with a release of 400,000 metric tons of grains from strategic reserves and additional provision of 225,000 metric tons of fertilizer and seedlings to support committed farmers. All right, for more insight, we've been joined by in-house analyst, stockbroker, and senior analyst Charles Fakoha. Thank you for joining us and good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Frank, for having me on the show. It's a pleasure.
It's all right. All right, so let's quickly listen to Mr. President's speech yesterday as broadcasted nationwide, and let's take a cue from there.
Our economy is going through a tough patch, and you are being hurt by it, I know. The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not. If there were, I would have taken that route, as I came here to help, not to hurt the people and the nation that I love so dearly. What I can offer and immediate is to reduce the burden of current economic situation, which has imposed on all of us, most especially on businesses, the working class, and most vulnerable among us. Already, the federal government is working closely with states and local governments to implement interventions that will cushion the pains of our people across socio-economic brackets. Earlier this month, I signed 4 executive orders in keeping with my electoral promise to address unfriendly fiscal policies and multiple taxes that are stifling the business environment. These executive orders on suspension and deferred commencement of some taxes will provide the necessary buffers and headroom to businesses in manufacturing sector to continue to thrive and expand. To strengthen the manufacturing sector, increase its capacity to expand and create good paying jobs, we are going to spend 75 billion between July 2023 and March 2024.
Well, there you have it. That's President Bola Tinubu in a national broadcast on Monday, reiterating his commitment to working on, of course, some of the fallout from his policies there. So thank you for joining us, Charles. We thank you for hanging on there. But look at his broadcast yesterday. So President who assumed office a little over 2 months ago addressed the nation to shed light on his administration vision for a more conducive, productive and inclusive economy. So what do you make of the president's speech?
Well, thank you very much, Frank. And of course, thank you to iBrandTV for bringing this to for Nigerians to to hear and listen to. It's quite interesting, and we must say that kudos to the president. I could see that, first of all, the communication team did a very good work. Within this short period of time, you could see he was able to address some of the critical areas in our economy and some of the issues that are already bedeviling us. That was good. Even like as a communicator, I could see that his presentation was good. He showed a lot of empathy. So in terms of trying to say he understands what the average Nigerian is going through, he did that very well. However, all that will not solve the current issues we are going through. Yes, all the measures he had mentioned, all the things, laudable. That is very, very good. And it shows that the government is really, really ready to address some of this issue. But there's only about 2 or 3 aspects of that broadcast that gives me a lot of worry. One, all these things he told us about agriculture, 500,000 hectares, fertilizer, strategic grain, these are things that we don't even need to wait till this critical stage before they are doing all those things. Well, they will tell us those things are already in their pipeline, but we don't want things to remain in pipeline. We want them to come out. Then the issue of supporting businesses, you can see single-digit rate 9%, inflation rate or MPRO is about 18.75. So, which tells us that the present economic team presently, they understand what the average masses is going through. However, he talked about the review of minimum wage, and Labour is telling us that they had a meeting, they did not come to any agreement, or they walked out of that meeting. So who are we going to believe? What will now say, is it because of Labour have said they want to go on industrial action on Wednesday, that's why he's doing all this? You know, so the issue there is, again, the government should be very, very transparent, open, before Nigerians will be willing to do what they wanted to do and cooperate with them. With that speech, it shows that, yes, the president and his team, they show concern for Nigeria, but it should go further. We want to see the implementation of these things gradually. We're not saying do these things overnight. Some of these issues will take some time before we can begin to see the benefit. But the little ones that he has made, he has promised, like the buses and all that, collaborating with the state government to also do their own, these are things that we can begin to see immediately in our vicinity. He spoke of the buses. As at this morning, we have not seen any bus. But somebody will say, okay, it is just yesterday he made that statement. But we should not wait. Nigerians want to see things happening because Nigerians are already suffering. Okay. And so that is the issue. So I think it's a very good speech, a very good one, and if they continue like this, we will see an improvement in the communication between the governed and the governed.